Wait, listen up. I know you just want the tactics and the code, but listen for one moment. Tactics won't make you the number one player on the game, but understanding the formation plus patterns and how to maximize the use of the formation will help you in getting better results. So today, I am going to show you this 4-1-4-1 tactic setup. Some small adjustments you can consider making, and then show you some of the things that make this formation so good and what to look for when you are trying it. Here are two of the teams I got rank 1 with using this formation this week. Definitely a solid formation. Now, let's get into it. As I said, the formation is the 4-1-4-1 with the build-up style on counter and the defensive approach on high, more specifically on 70. I do want to take a brief second here to shout out George, aka Giadamu, as he is the one who put me on trying this formation again. I had previously tried it out a bit at the beginning of Team of the Season, gave it a try again this week, was cooking crazy. I will show you some of the slight variations that he liked using and will link his stream down below. But now for the player roles and adjustments. Starting off at striker, advanced forward. You see this all the time and it still works very well here. For both our left mid and for our right mid, inside forward balanced with both center mids on box to box. Our CDM on holding, both fullbacks on fullback defend, and our center backs on defender defend with our keeper on goalkeeper. Now, some adjustments you can make. I believe when I was talking and watching George play, he uses this on ball winning. I have tried this, but something that you will really notice is the stamina of this player will get hit hard. So you may need to have a backup CDM, especially if you go into later games or into extra time. For me, I control my player a lot anyways, so I just go holding defend. I don't think the ball winning is necessary there. And so this is what I've been using, and it's been working very well for me. Another difference that I believe he makes is he changes his line height to 90. I have not given that a try. If you're comfortable with that, feel free to give that a try. Just be careful if you're giving up a lot of through balls or you're not comfortable with your player switching. May not want to go that high, but if you like to press, you're comfortable with that, playing a higher line is not a bad thing. Some other adjustments you can make that I've experimented with a little bit and seen other people like to try is putting one of your center mids on playmaker. That way they get more involved into the box and trying to create chances. For me personally, I think both being on box to box, they do get very active in the box and going forward and coming all the way back. It's a nice balance for me, but I have seen one on playmaker and I've seen people use the other on deep lying with build up. So you run a combo here where you go playmaker, deep lying playmaker together. Kind of offsets that one's going up a little bit more, then the other one will be a little bit more relaxed with the forward runs. But like I said, box to box for me has worked really well. And I like having that balance where if I decide to attack from one side, I have a center mid supporting all the way up. If I attack from the other side, I have the exact same patterns from both sides. Allows me to be unpredictable, and my opponent won't be expecting one of my center mids to be way more active going forward than the other. And then you can just become more creative with sending players on runs and moving players around as you please. Now, 3 questions I've gotten asked about a lot recently. I want to address those before we get into the in-game examples. The first one, fullback defend. For me, I have it on defend, but you will see in some of these clips, I still will pull them forward manually and allow them to attack at times. So it does not mean you have to let them only sit back. If you want, you can put them on balanced. You can switch to putting one on wing back so that way you get a little bit more support on the wing. But like I said, for me, fullback defend, I can pull them forward when I want. A second question I get asked a lot about is putting this player on attack. Personally, for me, if you're going to put them on attack, you might as well just switch to the variation that has wingers, because when you put them on attack, they will just stay higher up the field. You can definitely give it a try if you want your players playing more up. But again, like I said, at that point, if you're putting them on attack, you may want to consider just playing the formation with right wingers and left wingers. And the third question, If you feel like your striker's too isolated in the attack, he just gets the ball, your team's not up the field fast enough, you can consider putting him on support. So that way he drops back a little bit to receive the ball, and this will allow for the rest of the team to come up the field to support you. For me, because we have decided to play this build-up style on counter, your midfielders, when you win the ball, and your wingers, they're looking to get up the field quickly. So usually for me, this player, we want him on attack, not complete, will be getting up the field fast. If you decide to try to put this on balanced, your team may not build up as fast. And so then you may notice the striker being isolated a little bit more. So if you do decide to change this to balanced, that's something to be careful about. Now, let's get into the in-game examples and show you why this formation can be so effective. The first thing I want to discuss with you guys about this formation is the extra pass. People always ask me in general when attacking, they're having issues. And one thing I always say is find the extra pass, especially when you are playing this formation. You have two center mids that are showing runs into the box. You have a striker and you have two outside mids. So you have 5 different players that you can look for on those extra passes at a given time. And you can see in a lot of these clips that you are watching right now, very simple one-on-one scoring opportunities. I'm not doing anything too crazy. Within a few passes, I get around the box, and rather than trying to force a shot, we just find the extra pass and a very easy goal. So when using this formation, take your time, pick out those extra passes, and trust me, the amount of goals you will score will go up so much if you find those extra passes. The second thing I want to go over with you guys today is the wing play. This kind of goes along with the first point, and that is when you find space on the wing, whether it be with your outside mid or one of your center mids pushing wide, you will find so much space centrally to find extra passes or cutback passes, leading to super easy goals. Really efficient. And then pay attention for those inside moving runs from those outside mids, as those will be very effective. You can see we send our player on a run, find space down the wing, and with taking some time, taking a few touches, within a few extra passes in the box, easy goal. Another big thing about the wing play here, and this kind of goes to the build-up, you'll see in a lot of opportunities, when you win the ball back at the back, those outside mids will be a very easy outlet pass for you. So if you're getting pressed, you can use your width. You'll have so much space. And again, you can see a lot of these attacks are starting out from the back, find an outside mid, and within 1, 2, 3 passes at most, we're already into our opponent's box. Find those extra passes, and again, very easy goal. Here's 2 examples that say when you're patient, find those inside runs from the outside mids. So you're going to see again, we wait a second, we find that inside forward run, easy goal. Thing number 3. So again, you can see we build up from the back, we find our outside mid, and then I want you to pay attention here to just being patient. When Mbappe received the ball there, it's like a 1v5, 1v6. So I take my time, turn around, and then you're going to see, pick out a few passes, take our time, don't force a shot in the box, find the extra pass, very easy high percentage shot. Again, rather than running forward and possibly losing it, I turn back, find an extra pass. I'm patient. You have lots of runs here, so don't force it. Take your time. And like I said, extra pass, be patient. Sometimes Yoshi's extra patient, as you're seeing in this clip. But being patient with all of the runs you have, trust me, it will help you out a lot. Number 4, center mid runs. Do not be afraid to trigger your center mids on forward runs. I say this all the time. This will help you and will really make this formation good. You're going to see the center mids in this formation will be free so often. And you're seeing in some of these clips, we're finding so much space going forward with them. And a lot of the times they go unmarked. And it is really helpful in the buildup of your attack and to score a lot of goals. So don't be afraid to send them on a run. And in general, just always be watching to see when they go forward. Part of this is because we are on counter. you will notice that they look to run forward a little bit more, and that is really helpful so that way you always have options going forward. Number 5, striker play. When you get the ball to the striker, going on the last point, don't be afraid to do a give and go. Send them on a run, let them go forward. But also, when you get the ball to your striker's feet, don't be afraid to just turn and go forward. Again, you can see quick pass, let them go forward. Here's an example where I get the ball with the striker, turn, speed boost. If you can get the ball to your striker's feet and you have somebody fast, quick step or rapid, don't be afraid to turn and hit a speed boost. Don't be afraid to make a pass back and then send him forward. And if you like to dribble, you can even, create, wiggle, do what you like to do. Definitely, this formation gives you options to do what you like to do. Again, you can see a little bit of wing play here. And then it's just easy. Find the striker, tap and goal. I'm not doing anything special there. And once more, you see, get the ball to the striker. We take our time, let him do his thing. Bang. Number 6, the fullbacks. And this is what I was telling you guys. You can allow the fullback to go forward, send them on a run, throw your opponent off. Even though they're on fullback defend, they can still help you and support you in the attack. So you're going to see in these next few examples, I'll trigger my fullback on a run, allow him to get forward, give me some extra width, especially if those outside mids are cutting inside a lot. You will be able to utilize those fullbacks at time. Just be a bit careful. If you do send them forward, you want to make sure to not give up the ball too freely because you may get countered. But again, you can see here, I have Nuno, use him a little bit, a couple passes, and then within, this is just a beautiful goal. Couple extra passes, being patient, simple chance. And that all started because I allowed my fullback to be a part of the attack. And once more, last clip, just to really show you guys, fullback goes forward, gives us an option. Then we just look for our extra passes. Cook with Mbappe, GG. Now for a quick recap, as well as to mention a few things we haven't talked about, such as defending. So first, recap. Extra passes, be patient, send players on runs, don't be scared to get players involved in the attack. Trust me, as you use this formation more, you will see the runs, the patterns, and trust me, find that space and you will be cooking. So many easy goals and chances to be created. Now, for defending, I will be dropping a full defensive guide here soon, but for this formation specifically, one CDM in the middle is actually really nice because that player will sit a lot of times on the opposing team's cam in the middle. So when someone's in a 4-2-1-3 or 4-4-1-1, a lot of the time that CDM on your team will be staying on the attacking mid of the opposing team, and this will allow you to intercept passes, tackle, and just kind of stop that play through the middle. If you're not someone that likes to press up the field and win the ball back, once your opponent ends up in your defensive third, or for them the final third, all I'll say is try to bring the midfielders back. That'll help you. But overall, do not run players out of position unless you know you can win the ball or force your opponent into making a mistake or be in a less favorable position. So overall, try to stay patient, keep your team compact, but hopefully this tactic guide has helped you. Let me know if you guys like seeing this more in-depth explanation rather than just the tactics so that I know to keep making stuff like this. But overall, drop a comment. Like and sub. This is the formation, personally, that I'm going to be using. I don't think, since I switched to this formation, I've lost a game, which is kind of crazy to say. It's really been cooking for me, so I'm going to be using this again for this weekend. Probably play one account maybe with a 4-4-1-1, so if you guys want updated tactics for that as well, let me know. But hopefully this helped you, and as always, stay wiggly.